Good day, senior high school students. Welcome to our new lesson today. I am Ma'am Karine, your online math tutor. I am here to help you understand the concepts, mathematical problems, and examples in the first quarter of General Mathematics, Module 2 for Week 1. The topic is evaluating functions. Now, are you ready? Let's start. In our previous topic, I have discussed to you the definition of function. A function is a type of relation. It is a correspondence between two sets of elements such that with each element in the first set, there corresponds to one and only one element in the second set. One-to-one and many-to-one are the types of relation under function. All the elements x in the first set are what we call domain, and all the elements y in the second set are what we call range. In this new lesson, it is very important to understand these terms. For the learning objectives in this module, there are three. Number 1, discuss the process of evaluating a function, evaluate a function, and last, use real-world examples in understanding the concept in evaluating a function. The function notation y equals f of x tells us that y is a function of x. If there is a rule relating y to x such that y equals 2x minus 1, that can be written as f of x equals 2x minus 1. In this function, f of x equals 2x minus 1, f is the name of function. All the possible values of x are what we call domain or input, and all the possible values of the function at x are what we call the range or output. Ang pangalan ng function ay pwede din mapalitan ng iba pang letters, kagaya ng G and H. Ang function notation kagaya ng f of x, g of x, h of x ay pwede mo nang magamit instead of using y for every equation. Ito ay mas makakatulong sa pag-distinguish ng equations of functions when you are dealing with more than one at a time. Imbes na gumamit ng formula para sa perimeter ng isang square, which is p equals 4s, this can be written as the function p of x equals 4x. Para naman sa formula, sa area ng square, which is a equals s squared, this can be written as the function a of x equals x squared. This would make it easy to you in evaluating the results if you have different values of x. In this figure, there is a process wherein all the values of x or domain is considered as our input, and that input will be processed through a machine, which is the function f, and from that, the output, which is considered as the range or all the values of f of x or y. Let's have this example. In the first example, we have considered bread as our input, and the bread is processed through a machine, which is oven, and from that, our output is toasted bread. Another, our input, we have mango, milk, sugar, ice, and those will be processed through a machine, which is blender, and from that, our output is mango shake. This process can be a simple understanding on how to evaluate function. How to evaluate a function? In evaluating a function, you are replacing or substituting the x variable in the function with a value from the function's domain and computing for the result. In this process, we are going to apply this in the following examples. Example 1. Evaluate the function f of x equals 2x plus 4 at x equals 3. Ang kailangan nating i-take note dito ay ang function na f of x equals 2x plus 4 at ang value ng x, which is 3. Kapag nag-evaluate tayo ng function, we are going to substitute the x variable in the function with a value dun sa function's domain. In this case, sa example 1, ang value ng x is 3 at i-substitute or ilalagay natin siya as a replacement dun sa function na given. Instead of writing x here, sinulat natin yung value ng x, which is 3. So, naging siyang f of 3 equals 2 times 3 plus 4. Next is to simplify. F of 3 equals 2 times 3 is 6 plus 4. 6 plus 4 is 10. F of 3 is equal to 10. That's the final answer. Example number 2. Evaluate the following functions at x equals 2.5. In letter A, we have this function f of x equals 2x plus 1. In letter B, we have the function q of x equals x squared minus 2x plus 2. In letter C, we have g of x equals the square root of the quantity x minus 1.5. In letter D, we have r of x equals 2 of x plus 1 all over x minus 1. In letter E, we have f of x equals the floor of x plus 1. And last, we have the function h of x equals 25 multiplied to the ceiling of the quantity x minus 2. Let's start solving example 2, letter A. In here, the given function is f of x equals 2x plus 1. Kailangan mong tandaan na ang value ng x, variable x dito ay 2.5. From the given function, f of x equals 2x plus 1, and the value of x, which is 2.5, we are going to evaluate the given function. Ibig sabihin, we're going to substitute the x variable dito sa function with 2.5. So that would be f of 2.5 equals 2 times 2.5 plus 1. So wala ka na ditong makikitang x variable. F of 2.5 equals 2 times 2.5 is 5 plus 1. 5 plus 1 is 6. F of 2.5 equals 6 is the final answer. Let's proceed to letter B. Evaluate the following functions at x equals 2.5. The given function is q of x equals x squared minus 2x plus 2. We are going to take note that the value of x is 2.5. In evaluating the given function, we're going to substitute the x variable in the function with 2.5. So, aalisin natin lahat ng x at papalitan natin ng 2.5. So, here, naging na siyang q of 2.5 equals 2.5 squared minus 2 times 2.5 plus 2. To simplify, that would be 2.5 squared is 6.25. Negative 2 times 2.5 is negative 5. And then copy plus 2. Simplify. So that would be 6.25 minus 5 is 1.25 plus 2. Final answer is q of 2.5 is equal to 3.25. In letter C, the given function is g of x equals the square root of the quantity x minus 1.5. We're going to evaluate the given function at x equals 2.5. So, aalisin natin yung lahat ng variable x at papalitan natin ng 2.5. So here, naging na siyang g of 2.5 equals the square root of the quantity 2.5 minus 1.5. So 2.5 minus 1.5 under the radical sign, that is 1. We can simplify this pa, so that will be g of 2.5 equals 1. That's the final answer in letter C. In letter D, the given function is r of x equals 2x plus 1 all over x minus 1. We are going to evaluate the given function at x equals 2.5. So yan, aalisin natin lahat ng variable x, papalitan natin ng 2.5. Magiging na siyang r of 2.5 equals 2 times 2.5 plus 1 all over 2.5 minus 1. So here, wala ka nang makikitang letter x or variable x. Simplify, 2 times 2.5 is 5, copy plus 1, all over 2.5 minus 1. We just remove the parentheses in the denominator. Next, 5 plus 1 is 6, all over 2.5 minus 1 is 1.5. So this is division. 6 divided by 1.5, that is 4. Final answer, we have r of 2.5 equals 4. And in letter E, given the function f of x equals the floor of x plus 1. We have to take note that the value of x is 2.5. So just substitute given the value of x. F of 2.5 equals the floor of 2.5 plus 1. We all know, because I have discussed this one to you in the previous video, na ang floor ng 2.5, kapag nag-evaluate ka ng floor of a number, so ang titingnan mo lang is yung whole number. Ibig sabihin yung nasa unahan na number. So whatever the number na nasa unahan, yun yung floor ng certain number. So here, in this case, the floor of 2.5 is 2 plus 1. So 2 plus 1 is 3. Final answer, f of 2.5 equals 3. In the last function under example 2, evaluate the function h of x equals 25 multiplied to the quantity or multiplied to the ceiling of the quantity x minus 2 at x equals 2.5. So to substitute, aalisin mo lahat ng variable x at papalitan mo ng value nito na 2.5. That will be h of 2.5 equals 25 multiplied to the ceiling of the quantity 2.5 minus 2. So ang uunahin natin is yung nasa loob ng symbol or nasa loob ng ceiling function. So that is 2.5 minus 2 is 0.5. So diniscuss ko din to sa unang video ko. That is the ceiling of 0.5, i-round up mo lang siya. You go to the next integer. That is 1. So naalis na natin yung symbol for ceiling. This will be 25 times 1. Final answer is 25. So in letter F, the answer is h of 2.5 equals 25. In example number 3, we have the given g of x equals the square root of the quantity x minus 1 and r of x equals 2x plus 1 all over x minus 1. We're going to find g of negative 4 and r of 1. Let's start with the function g of x. In the second sentence, we have here the g of negative 4 and r of 1. Since na ang name ng function dito ay g, so ang kukunin lang natin is g of negative 4. Yung number na nasa loob ng parenthesis, yan yung value ng x. That is negative 4. So itong value ng x na negative 4 ay i-replace natin dun sa given na function at i-evaluate natin, i-simplify. So that would be g of negative 4 equals the square root of the quantity negative 4 minus 1. Let's simplify the given under the radical sign. So that is negative 5. Kung makikita ninyo under the radical sign, ang number ay negative. So from here, we cannot consider this as our final, as our correct answer because yung nasa loob ng radical sign ay negative at ang index ng radical na ito ay 2. Okay? So we cannot, this is not possible. This is possible, negative number is possible under the radical sign kung ang index ay odd number. Pag sinabing odd number, we have 3, 5, 7. So those are examples of odd numbers. So negative symbol or negative number is possible under the radical sign kung ang index or yung number dito ay odd number. So in this case, this is not possible. What about r of x and then the value of x is 1? So here, we have to take note the function r of x, and from the second sentence, we have r of 1, meaning ang value ng x yung nasa loob, yung number na nasa loob ng parenthesis, which is 1. So x is equal to 1. From here, we're going to replace all the x variables in the function with 1. So that will be r of 1 equals 2 times 1 plus 1 all over 1 minus 1. So makikita nyo dito sa numerator, 2 times 1 is 2 plus 1, we have 3, and 1 minus 1 is 0. This will become the function undefined. Is this possible? Is the answer possible? No, this is not possible. 1 is not a domain of the given function. Kasi magiging undefined yung function mo. Any number divided by 0, that is undefined. So this function is not possible. Let's proceed to example number 4. The function given in example number 4 is a piecewise function. Ito yung diniscuss natin in my previous video. The given function, f of x equals, we have here two subfunctions. The first, x squared plus 5 for the interval x less than 0. Ano yung mga x less than 0? Those are negative numbers. So ano yung mga example ng negative numbers? Negative 1, negative 0.5, negative 3 over 4, negative 5 and 1/2. Those are included in this function, in the first condition. In the second subfunction, we have the function 5x minus 1, given the interval x greater than or equal to 0. Ano ba yung mga numbers greater than or equal to 0? Those are 0 and positive numbers. Ano yung mga positive numbers? We have 1, 0.5, 1/2, 10, 100, 1,000, 100.7. So those are examples of positive numbers. Given this function, we're going to find and simplify. In letter A, we have f of negative 2. And in letter B, we have f of 4. So in letter A, ang given na value ng x ay negative 2. Since na dalawa yung subfunction sa example 4, so alin ba dito ang dapat nating piliin na function? Is it the first or the second function? That is the first function. Bakit first function? X squared plus 5. Because the value of x here is negative 2. Di ba ang negative 2 ay kasali sa interval na x less than 0? Ang kasali dito sa interval na to ay negative numbers. So, ito yung gagamitin natin lang na function. Hindi to kasaling second function. Kasi itong second function, para lang sa interval na x greater than or equal to 0 or 0 and positive numbers. Since na ang given na value ng x ay -2, so ang gagamitin lang natin ay yung unang subfunction, which is x squared plus 5. Now, we are going to evaluate the given function at x equals -2. That is f of -2 equals the quantity -2 raised to the power of 2 plus 5. Simplify. F of -2 is equal to, etong negative, since na ang negative nasa loob ng parenthesis, so kasama siya sa sa naka-raise na 2. Meaning of this, -2 times -2. That is equal to the quantity -2 squared. So that will be +4 plus 5. 4 plus 5 is 9. Final answer, f of -2 is equal to 9. How about letter B? The given here, ano yung nasa loob na number ng parenthesis? That is 4, which is the value of x here. Since na ang value ng x ay 4 dito sa letter B, ano ba yung gagamitin natin na function? Is it the first subfunction or the second subfunction? +4 is a positive number which is included in the second subfunction, in the second interval. 4 is greater than 0. So, ang gagamitin natin na function ay 5x minus 1. Ang value ng x ay 4 sa letter B. To evaluate the function, we are going to replace the x variables with 4. So, that will be 4. F of 4 equals 5 times 4 minus 1. 5 times 4 is 20 minus 1. Final answer, f of 4 equals 19. Let's proceed to example number 5. Let f of x equals -x squared plus 5x minus 3 and g of x equals 2x plus 3. Find each of the following. So kung mapapansin nyo dito, yung nasa loob ng expression ng parenthesis ay may kasama ng variable. In letter A, we have f of 2b, which is the value, 2b is the value of x. And in letter B, we have here the function g. So g ang gagamitin. So g of a plus 1. So there are two terms na. We have a variable and a number, which is 1. So let's start with letter A. In letter A, the given function na gagamitin natin ay f kasi yung name ng function ay letter f. So f of x equals -x squared plus 5x minus 3. Ang given na value ng x ay 2b. Yun yung nasa loob ng parenthesis. To evaluate, we're going to replace or substitute all the x variables in the function with 2b. So that will be f of 2b equals negative, yung negative nasa labas ng parenthesis, and then the value of x, which is 2b, then squared, plus 5 times the value of x, which is 2b, minus 3. So to simplify, yung negative nasa labas pa din, hindi siya kasama sa pag-raise sa 2, or which is being squared, the expression which is being squared, nasa labas pa din siya. So just copy, negative. 2 squared is 4. B squared is b squared. So ang first term natin ay -4b squared. Plus, 5 times 2 is 10. Then copy the variable b, minus 3. This is the final answer. If the x is 2b, and then this is the function, we have here f of 2b equals -4b squared plus 10b minus 3. What about in letter B? In letter B, the name of the function is g, and the variable x has a value of a plus 1. We have to take note that the value or the function is g of x equals 2x plus 3. Ang value ng x dito sa letter B ay a plus 1. So, isa-substitute lang natin siya dun sa mga variable x. Aalisin natin yung x at papalitan natin ng a plus 1. That will be g of a plus 1 equals 2 times the quantity a plus 1, which is the value of x, plus 3. To simplify, we're going to distribute +2 to a and then 2 to 1. So 2 times a is 2a 2 times 1 is 2. Then copy plus 3. Simplify. 2a plus 2 plus 3 is 5. Final answer, we have g of a plus 1 equals 2a plus 5. Those are the answers in example number 5. Let's answer the pretest part. I know meron ng sagot dun sa last page ng module ninyo, but here, in this part, ibibigay ko yung complete solution for the 5 items in the pretest part. In number 1, this is the complete solution. The answer is letter C, 20. That is the value of f of 3. In number 2, pretest, the answer is letter B. This is the complete solution for number 2. In number 3, the answer is letter A, 84. This is the complete solution for number 3 in the pretest. In number 4, letter C is the correct answer. This is the complete solution for this item. And last number, 5, the correct answer is letter B. This is the complete solution for the last item. Now, you're ready to answer the practice tasks, the post-tests, and the assignment in Module 2, Week 1 about the topic Evaluating Functions. Again, I am Ma'am Karine, your online math tutor. Bye!